Arjun was a 40-year-old man living in New York, USA. He worked as an architect and had a small but beautiful family. His wife, Priya, was kind and caring. They had two children, Ria, who was 10, and Sam, who was 7. From the outside, Arjun's life looked perfect. He had a good job, a nice home, and a loving family. But inside, Arjun felt empty. He was tired. Every day felt the same: work, home, dinner, sleep. There was no excitement, no dream left in his heart. He loved his family, but he felt something was missing, something he could not explain. One weekend, his friend invited him to an art exhibition in the city. Arjun did not really like going to such events, but he agreed. He thought it might help him relax. The exhibition was full of colors and people. Paintings of the sea, mountains, and faces covered the walls. Arjun walked slowly, looking at each. It was a picture of a bridge in the rain. On one side, a woman stood alone, holding an umbrella. The other side was empty. The picture looked simple but full of pain. A soft voice said from behind him, "Do you like it?" Arjun turned. A young woman was standing there. She looked about 25. Her name was Mira. She had bright eyes and a gentle smile. "Yes," Arjun said quietly. "It feels lonely but beautiful." Mira smiled. "That's what I wanted people to feel." We all stand on one side of a bridge sometimes, waiting for someone. Her words touched Arjun. They started talking about art, about rain, about life. She told him that she was a painter and had just moved to New York from Chicago. Arjun told her that he designed buildings. Their talk was short, but it stayed in his mind for days. A few weeks later, they met again, this time at a small cafe near the exhibition hall. Mira was sitting with her sketchbook, drawing something. Arjun smiled when he saw her. "Still painting bridges?" he joked. Mira laughed. "Always. Maybe I like bridges because they connect people." They talked for a long time. Arjun found it easy to speak with her. She listened carefully, smiled softly, and asked questions that no one else did. He told her how he sometimes felt lonely even when he was surrounded by people. Mira nodded. "I know that feeling. Sometimes I feel invisible too." From that day, they began meeting often, sometimes for coffee, sometimes in the park, sometimes in her art studio. They talked about everything: their dreams, their fears, their families. Mira told him about her struggle to sell her paintings. Arjun told her about the pressure of being perfect all the time. Slowly, something gentle grew between them. It was not love yet, but it was more than that. One evening, they went to the Brooklyn Bridge together. The sky was orange with sunset, and the wind was cool. Mira looked at the water and said softly, "I like this bridge. It feels alive." Arjun said, "It feels like you're painting." Mira smiled. "Yes, a bridge connects two sides, but sometimes people still stand apart." Their eyes met for a second. Something deep passed between them, a feeling they both understood but could not say aloud. That night, Arjun could not sleep. He kept thinking about her smile, her voice, and the peace he felt when he was with her. He knew he was a married man, and she was a young, free woman. He also knew this feeling was wrong, but his heart did not listen to reason. Days passed. They met again and again. Sometimes they laughed. Sometimes they sat in silence, just watching the rain. One day, Mira asked softly, "Arjun, do you ever wish you could start your life again?" He looked at her. "Every day," he said honestly. "But I can't. I have a family." She nodded. "I know, and I don't want to take you away from them. But sometimes I wish I had met you before." Her words broke his heart. He felt both happy and sad. Happy because she cared, and sad because they could never be together. That night, Arjun went home quietly. His wife, Priya, was waiting for him. She looked tired. "Where were you?" she asked. "Just work," he lied. Priya looked into his eyes. "You've changed, Arjun. You're here, but not really here." He had no answer. He wanted to say everything, but said nothing. A week later, Arjun decided to end it. He went to meet Mira one last time. She was painting when he arrived. The picture showed two people standing on different sides of a river. He said slowly, "Mira, I think we need to stop meeting." Her hand froze. "Why?" "Because it's not fair," he said. "Not to you, not to my family. You deserve someone who can give you a full heart. I can't." Tears came to her eyes. "Do you really think love is something we choose?" He shook his head. "No, but we can choose what we do with it." She turned away, crying quietly. "You were my peace, Arjun. And you were my reminder that I'm still alive," he whispered. They said goodbye. It was short, quiet, and full of pain. Weeks passed. Life went back to normal, at least from the outside. Arjun went to work, came home, played with his children, and spoke politely with his wife. But inside, a part of him was still standing on that bridge, looking for Mira. Then one day, while visiting a gallery for his company project, he saw a new painting. It was called A Bridge of Feelings. In the painting, two figures stood on the same bridge, but the man was looking at the sky and the woman was walking away. The sky was full of light. It was Mira's work. Arjun stood there for a long time. He felt tears in his eyes, but also a strange peace. She had moved on. Maybe he could too. That night he went home early. Priya was cooking. The children were doing homework. For the first time in months, Arjun sat with them and told them about his day. Priya looked at him and smiled softly. "You seem different." He smiled back. "Maybe I am." A few months later, he received a letter from Mira. "Dear Arjun, I hope you are happy. I am moving to California for a new art job. My life is changing. I'm painting more and smiling again. Don't feel guilty for anything. You gave me courage when I needed it. You showed me that kindness still exists. We met for a reason, not to stay together, but to help each other grow. Take care of yourself and your family. And thank you for everything. Mira." Arjun read the letter many times. He kept it in his notebook. Years later, Arjun became older and calmer. His children grew up. His marriage with Priya became stronger again. They started talking, laughing, and traveling. One summer, he went to California for work. While walking through a small art studio, he saw a name on the wall: Mira Sharma. His heart skipped a beat. He walked in. The room was full of bright colors and sunlight. Mira was not there, but her paintings were. One picture caught his eye. It was called After the Rain. It showed a man standing on a bridge, looking at the sunrise. The man's face looked a little like him. Arjun smiled. He whispered, "You found your sunshine, Mira." He left the studio with a warm heart. He knew that some people come into our lives not to stay, but to remind us who we are. Sometimes love does not need a name. It does not always mean living together or saying I love you. Sometimes it is just a quiet connection, a feeling that changes two hearts forever. Arjun and Mira were never together, but they were never truly apart either. They met between two worlds and built a bridge of feelings that time could never break.